friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Azo Tarot, and today's pick a card reading is going to be looking at your next relationship. Who is it with? What's going to happen? How will it come together? We're just going to kind of explore and see what comes out in the cards and what you guys need to know. So we have 4 piles today. Pile 1 with the Whispering Spirits Tarot and the Angelite Heart. Pile 2 with the Golden Girls Tarot and the Opalite Butterfly. Pile 3 with the Luminous Void Tarot and the Black Tourmaline. And pile 4 with the Fairy Tarot and Pink Aragonite Cloud. So go ahead, pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to, and then you can go ahead and scroll down to the timestamps down below in the description, and we will get into your reading. Hi there, pile 1. If you guys chose the Angelite Heart and the Whispering Spirits Tarot, this is going to be your reading, and this is all about your next relationship. So we're going to start by looking at their personality and some of the traits, maybe some factors around where they're at when they meet you or how they react to you, and then we'll get into the tarot to get more details. So to start, we have Jupiter, Abundance. We have Child, Divine, light attributes, innocent, purity, and redemption, suggests a special connection with the divine. And Beggar, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility and compassion and self-esteem. And we have Rejection, or the Crown Chakra. So this is really interesting because this is somebody who has experienced very differing situations in life. It's possible they could have started out from very humble beginnings. Maybe they had a rough childhood growing up. But I feel like when you meet this person, because we have Jupiter here in abundance, they're going to be in a pretty good place, either financially, or they're just going to have an overall uplifting demeanor, which is further enforced by this divine child. This is going to be someone that no matter how old or young they are, they definitely have a youthful spirit. They're going to be somebody who tries to be lighthearted and joyful. They might have like a very hearty laugh or just a very pretty laugh. Because the planet Jupiter is massive, this person could be big in stature, or they could have like certain types of big features like big eyes or big lips or big hips. Basically very pronounced features, and they might enter your life in a very shocking way. I'm kind of called to the lightning strike here. It's gonna be like out of nowhere. And I think this person is also going to be somebody who's very generous, probably because they know what it's like to not have a lot. They might be involved in philanthropic pursuits, or they could just try to donate to charity a lot or help out when they can. I think this person definitely struggles when it comes to their self-esteem. It's possible you might, if this already sounds like somebody you know, it's quite possible that they could be coming back into your life. With this rejection card here, maybe things didn't work out in the past. Maybe one or both of you rejected one another. But I feel like this person, no matter what the case is, they're going to feel like, even if this is a new person, they're going to feel like they're not good enough for you. They're going to be very worried about how you think of them, what you think of them. They're definitely going to be worried that what they have isn't enough, even if they have a lot. It's kind of like that mindset of, they're still stuck in that old mindset of how they view themselves, even though they've changed a lot. This is somebody who's very unique and probably tends to like be drawn towards solitude. They might have a very unique perspective on the world. They might be a creative, so like an artist or a musician or something like that. Or maybe they're like an entrepreneur, or like they quit their job and are starting their own business, something like that. but they've definitely come a long way. And I think one of their biggest challenges, and actually something that you probably are going to help them learn, is that what they have physically does not determine their self-worth. And even if this person isn't in a good place financially, which I could almost honestly see that, like, or maybe they're not in like, they're not absurdly wealthy, or they just have, it's just like an average amount of monetary wealth, like where maybe they came from nothing and now they're like pretty decently like middle class or something. You know, they might have ideals to be something even more than that, and they worry that that might not be enough. But I think there's just one of the biggest things is that there's going to be an abundance of love here. And I actually, with the divine child and rejection, with being in the crown chakra, and Jupiter with being abundance, I do feel like this could definitely be a divine counterpart of some kind. I feel like you could teach this person a lot of lessons about how their self-worth doesn't depend on their monetary accumulations, I guess. You could meet them in the winter, because we do, so that would be actually pretty soon if you're watching this now, but this is a timeless reading. I definitely feel like this is somebody who's so independent that they have a hard time receiving help. And I think that they are going to try their best to allow you to help them, but they're going to be definitely very helpful towards you. This is definitely a connection that's going to be very fun. It's something that is not going to be just a fling. Like, this is definitely something that is going to be long-term, or at the least, even if it's not long-term, it's something, this is a person that the universe placed in your life for you both to meet one another. I feel like there's going to be an abundance of love, an abundance of joy, an abundance of happiness when you guys are together. And yeah, this person is really going to treasure you. And I think there's just a lot of blessings involved with this connection. So this is definitely a good person to be involved with. They could have curly hair, and if they're a guy, they could have like facial hair, a beard, or something like that, whatever it may be. Oh yeah, the beard's kind of being almost like even like a Jesus-y look, like maybe long hair and a beard or something like that. They could wear like drug rugs. That's kind of something. And Jupiter can often talk about, you know, maybe this person struggled with addictions in the past, or maybe they still do, and that's something they're trying to overcome. But at this person's core, they have a very good heart. I think they're very hard on themselves, but they're going to treat this connection with the best of intentions, and they're going to want the best for you. So let's see how this connection is going to come into union. I think that's kind of what I want to know, and then what you need to know about this connection. Or I guess we'll just leave it open to Spirit. We'll just see what Spirit wants you to know about it first, and then we'll go from there. So Spirit, what do you want Pile 1 to know about their relationship with this obviously special person? So we have the 8 of Wands. They could be coming in fast. Same with that lightning. That's like that lightning energy. Ooh, we have the Star. So they could be in Aquarius. Also with Jupiter, I think the signs ruled by Jupiter are Sagittarius and Pisces. I'm not entirely sure, so I could be wrong, but you might want to look up what signs are ruled by them. We have the 2 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the World. Okay, so right away, the energy that I'm getting is that this person is going to be blown away by you. Whether this is someone coming back and you've come a long way, you could be a fire sign or have fire placements. This connection is very divinely guided. especially with the star here and the Eight of Wands, I feel like this person is going to be the one to make moves towards you. And with this Two of Wands here, I think you're actually going to have a decision to make. They're probably going to be the person to be like, okay, this is how I feel. I really want to start something. How do you feel about me? How do you feel about this? And I think, you know, which makes this rejection card make a lot more sense, because they're going to be like, oh man, this person, especially if you have history with them, they could be like, oh man, this person is going to, they might not be very accepting of me. But this connection is going to be something that definitely brings harmony. This could be a long distance connection with the world here, or you could just be separated from them at this time. But I think if you encounter this person in person, they're going to be quick to take action towards you, especially with that Eight of Wands. I feel like they have a lot of passion towards you, and maybe for a long time they didn't know what they wanted. But I think they realize with you, you're something very, very special. And I feel like there's going to be a feeling of celebration and completion when this happens, because you both are reaching a point where you're very happy. You two probably feel like home to each other. And I think that this person is going to see you as someone that they greatly admire, especially if you're just somebody who tells it like it is. You're honest, you're straight up. You're probably very, very funny, creative. You probably also have a close connection to spirit with the Queen of Wands. And so you're probably going to know. You're probably going to know exactly, like, when this person comes in or comes back in, you're going to be like, oh yeah, here it is. Like, I knew you were telling me about somebody, universe. But I feel like the universe is actually asking you to be very hopeful and positive, because this connection might be coming a lot quicker than you think. But also it's going to be something that's almost a dream come true, and you're going to be a little bit shook about it. I feel very excited for you. There's definitely just this energy of hastiness. Like, this person, they might try to tell you everything, like just word vomit everything that they're feeling about you when this time comes. Even if you don't know this person, you could meet this person and things could happen really quickly. Or I feel like the power is essentially going to be in your hands when it comes to this connection. We have all the fire signs here: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have the fixed signs, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and I think Aquarius, actually, or yeah, just Gemini's mute. Yeah, I think it is. Aquarius is the fixed, so that's an extra Aquarius. But I think they're just going to see you as the best, that, like, you're a wish come true, wish upon a star, like everything that this person has wanted. And if you know exactly who this is, I really hope you're grinning ear to ear, because this is something very, very, very beautiful, and you're going to be respected in this relationship. This person is going to allow you to take the lead when they think that you need to. I think that this person is also somebody who's going to just be happy to let you shine and kind of just stand in the background. I do feel like this is a background person. Even if they are someone who's very talented, I do think they're probably shy about their talents. They probably see you as somebody much more magnetic and charismatic and illuminating. I don't feel like this person is that charismatic. They could be, but I feel like they have to turn it on, and sometimes their insecurities and their fears might get the best of them, and they might have trouble being confident enough to fully be themselves. I think that's one big thing, is that one thing that they'll love about you is that they can be themselves around you, and they'll feel like they can just fully open up to you. I think that this connection is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to have a very childlike energy to it. I think you both are going to really lift each other up and support one another. And I think that you guys are going to receive a lot of divine blessings because of this connection. It's possible, especially if you know this person, you parted ways at some point or went your own ways to explore the world. Maybe you knew this person when you were younger, and like they're going to come back into your life and you're going to be like, holy shit, like you're not the same person that I remember you as. I think it's definitely going to be an interesting energy. So I want to know what the actual relationship is going to be like. Okay. Which way does this want to go, Spirit? Upright. Okay. So this already popped out, and I feel like this is more so a message for you rather than this person. One thing that's really holding you back right now, pile one, are your fears about this connection, especially if this is somebody that you're in separation with. Spirit is trying to tell you that your fears and your doubts about this connection are actually what is delaying it from coming in. And I think both of your biggest enemies in this connection are the fears that are in your head. Self-criticism, believing like you're not good enough, doubting yourself. You really need to let go of that. I feel like Spirit's calling you out a little bit just to try to kind of get that under control, because your thoughts, your actions, your feelings do manifest your reality, and Spirit's really asking you to embody that Queen of Wands energy rather than, you know, feel little and feel small and feel like you can't accomplish things or that this beautiful love won't come to you, because it's been growing and it's going to happen on its own, and it actually might be happening quite quickly. If you're watching this now, this could be like February or the end of January, or possibly even quicker than that, maybe around New Year's, because that's the closing of a cycle with the world. But I want to know about this connection, Spirit. What will it be like in unit? Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold, so I'm sorry if I sound nasally, but so we have the 10 of Wands, we have the 8 of Cups, we have the 10 of Swords, oh my goodness, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the 3 of Cups. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, and we have the King of Pentacles directly underneath that. And I feel like this is kind of speaking to something very interesting. I feel like if this was somebody in your past, that you're like having a hard time believing this, I think. And that's because when you were experiencing this person, they had more of a Knight of Wands energy. They could have been entertaining multiple parties, but I don't think it was anything nefarious. Like, it was more like ADD romance, where they would just like meet people and then they would kind of lose interest. It wasn't necessarily anything nefarious, but it is possible that is something that happened to you. Also, I have ADD, so I'm allowed to say that. I mean, you can say that if you don't have ADD, I don't care. But for my people that struggle with ADD, like, hey, you're not alone. I feel like with the King of Coins and the Queen of Coins, you guys are definitely divine counterparts. And it's possible that when you met this person, they were kind of in F-boy energy. They very well could have, you know, just kind of not taken things seriously, or gotten way into, like, way over their head, or just not realized what they were ready for. I think what's interesting here, because obviously a lot of these cards, the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords, I think this is actually talking more, Spirit's talking about what needs to happen in order for this to come into union, because they're kind of essentially saying, especially with the World being here as well, you know, this cycle of just things being like lighthearted, or maybe for some of you this is like a third party sort of thing, that's going to end. In fact, this person is maturing and they're growing, and this is something that they are learning about, which is kind of hard because they do have this innocence and this purity to them, which might be hard to believe, especially if they were in this Knight of Wands energy when you were around them at first. But the important thing that Spirit is trying to point out to me here is that this person was never trying to hurt you. They were trying to figure themselves out, and unfortunately they didn't do the best job at going about this situation. And I think they have a lot of regrets, and I actually think these regrets weigh on them and they get really, really heavy. Like, it's a heavy burden to carry. And I feel like this person realizes that if they're going to come back into your life, they have to come right. And for some of you, this could be somebody new. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is somebody that you already know. But for those of you that don't know this person, I feel like you both are going to be coming together at a time in your life when cycles are closing with that world and burdens are being lifted. You know, you're moving on from emotional situations and you're coming into this energy, which I like that the Queen of Wands is kind of mirroring this Queen of Pentacles. So you could be an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And you don't have to be a woman to be a queen. You can be anything, but just embody the more emotional side of the court cards, because all queens represent water. You're going to definitely be in a place of knowing your worth and allowing things to come to you. I think that when this connection happens, there might be some difficulties, but if you know this person, I think one of the biggest things that you guys are going to have to work through is moving on from the past. It's like you both have been carrying burdens from the present, and you're going to have to kind of close out those cycles and allow new things to start so that this relationship can transform. You might have to separate yourself from some tough emotional things that happened in this connection. Of course, if you don't want this connection to happen, you always have the right to say no and move forward. You're never required, like, you're never going to be forced to do something. But no matter what, there's a huge commonality here. One of the beautiful things about this relationship is that you guys are going to be able to move beyond a lot of really tough emotional situations from your past. For some of you, especially if this is a newer connection, this person might help you break away from a really bad toxic connection, and maybe you for them as well. And I think you're going to realize how many burdens you were carrying beforehand. Like, this person is going to be very protective of you. They're going to care for you. And with that abundance card here, like, they're going to shower you in love and understanding and generosity. And with the Knight of Wands here, I feel like this is just going to be a connection with a ton of passion. Like, sometimes the passion might be overbearing. But I think this is going to be a connection where you both learn how to separate yourselves from emotional burdens of the past. You're gonna finally be allowed to leave the past in the past, and I think that you both are gonna have acceptance. Like, maybe when this person met you and you met them, like, they were a Knight of Wands and you were a Queen of Wands, or maybe they'll come at you from this Knight of Wands standpoint, and your connection together will develop into something really strong and really beautiful. I feel like overall, once you guys are in union, or after maybe some tough things that you need to work through are over, there's going to be a lot of happiness and joy and celebration within this connection. I think you guys are going to understand why everything happened the way it did and why you ended up with this person. I could very possibly see you moving in with this person. Maybe you guys move to a location together. It definitely just seems like with these counterparts, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, you guys are going to very likely have a family together, or like spend a long amount of time together. Like this definitely feels like a long-term relationship to me. This isn't something that is just going to come and go, which is cool with this Knight of Wands, because I feel like you guys are going to kind of like follow passions and go different places and do different things. This is going to be a very fun connection where you guys potentially could travel a lot. But I do feel like this person is going to help you relieve a lot of anxiety, and you as well. I do see like almost like maybe you guys will make the choice to move somewhere together, especially if this is a long distance relationship. Maybe you will move there, or they will move where you are. And that might be tough because they're going to have to leave maybe people they care about behind. But with the Ten of Swords here, I think that this connection is actually going to be something very welcome in your life. And even if you know who this person is and you might be doubting me, when the time comes, when the circumstances come around, you're going to understand why everything happened the way it did. And I think you're actually going to be very happy with the final results here. I know that seems kind of crazy. Like, I feel like for a lot of you don't believe this, but I also think that's because you're also in this Nine of Swords energy, and you might think the world is kind of out to get you. And I'm letting you know that it's not. And if you already know that this person has a divine reason to be in your life, then you need to trust that they're probably coming back for a reason. This connection might be difficult at first because you might have unresolved emotional issues with them, or from people in the past, and it's going to take a sec to move on from that. But what I see overall is you guys finding the ability to just close out this cycle and start a fresh one. And what I love too is there's like crowns on both the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, and I feel like you both are just going to understand the spiritual nature of this connection and how divine it is. And like nobody else is going to compare to both of you. And I think maybe that's what this person is realizing now. They're like, oh, nobody is like pile one. Like, I got to come back and let them know this. Because I do feel for a lot of you that this is somebody that you already know. But if not, it is just quite possible that you both will be placed into each other's lives to help you overcome a lot of emotional burdens, maybe some karmic things, and things that you just needed to be able to emotionally separate yourself from. So overall, it's definitely a good connection. So give me a second. I need to drink water. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. My voice is so raspy. So let's get you some advice cards for this connection and see just what Spirit wants you to know. We're going to start with the Romance Angel cards. So Spirit, what do you want pile one to know about this connection? What advice do you have for pile one when it comes to this connection? Okay. What did I say? Flirt and calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And on the back of the deck, we have make the effort, and this could be the one. So, in terms of advice, this is why I was saying you need to get out of this Nine of Swords energy, because this is actually a very special connection. And if you already know this person, you're going to understand why. But if you meet this person, you're going to know like really quickly, oh, this is something really special and really divine. So I think Spirit is really asking you at this time to follow what your gut says about love and just what you need to do in general, because you'll know when you're on the right path, when you're just feeling good in life and you're happy. You never know how the puzzle pieces are going to be laid out in order to bring you both together. So I think whatever advice Spirit gives to you, heed it and trust it, because they're giving it to you for a reason, and they want you to be very conscious of your thoughts. You could be clairvoyant or just have very vivid dreams or strong visions. This person could show up in your dreams, and Spirit is really asking you to, one, pay attention to your dreams, but two, to also trust what shows up in your dreams. Trust your visions, and visualize, like, if this is what you want, visualize this, because, you know, even with this could be the one you've already met, the romantic partner you seek. This clearly seems to be something very special, and I think, you know, the reason why you can't let go of this, or if you've been having trouble letting go of it, is because you're not supposed to. And with this flirt, you know, whenever this does happen, Spirit's asking you to kind of be in this Queen of Wands energy, be joyful, be light. You know, if this person, this is the first time you're seeing them, don't, like, straight out of the gate be like, why did you do this? And blah, 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 blah. You know, you have to be in a good, like, give them the benefit of the doubt. But no matter what, always trust your gut. And obviously, if you don't want this to happen, you have the free will to say no at any time and decide something else. So I'm going to get you some more advice here. Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 1 when it comes to this connection and bringing it forward? Okay, so we have teamwork. I am determined to be a good teammate in all of my relationships. If we disagree, I'll resist the urge to place blame and look for a way to solve the problem together. When we're a team, everything's a game, and when we're on the same side, nobody can lose, not even the Cubs, finally. So I really like this, because I do think that this is going to be something that you guys, especially as counterparts, will work on together, and you'll work through. I feel you guys will balance each other out in a lot of great ways, and you'll make a really great team when it comes to, you know, helping each other out with any issues. You know, with the Queen and King of Pentacles here, this is a really solid, really sturdy, like, connection, and I think that you guys will accumulate a lot of material abundance together, and I think that you guys will also just have an abundance of joy and happiness. It's possible that you could have kids. I almost see with, like, this 3 of Cups, you could have, like, maybe 3 kids or something like that, which 3 is a divine number, but I definitely think that this is something, like, this could be your person, and I think it's really beautiful. We also have open-heartedness. I know life and the people living it can be an absolute bummer sometimes, but I promise not to let unhappy chapters make me jaded. If I let negative experiences turn me sour, then the jerks win. So I'll move on with an open and hopeful heart, if only because I hate losing to jerks. And that's kind of the energy you need to be in, especially with that anxiety. You could be very closed off to a connection at this point, and I feel like this is an issue that Spirit is kind of opening up to you, because you're not open to this connection right now. I don't think you're open to anything, whether you know this person or not. I think that your past experiences have made you very jaded when it comes to love, and Spirit is kind of asking you to trust that this is coming into your life for a reason. At the end of the day, you need to trust your gut and what your gut tells you. A lot of connections like these kind of defy logic, and while our friends and family usually mean well, their advice isn't always the most helpful. But on the back of the deck, we have depth. As new people show up in my life, I look for all the weird, wonderful, complex layers below their surface. I can't be surprised by someone's depth of character unless I'm willing to peel back the outer layers and go a little deeper. It's like the brand new saying goes, don't judge an onion by its haircut. Look at how similar the angel is, and then this guy with depth. That's actually really funny. So yeah, they could have curly hair, just very, very nice hair. But I think this depth, I think maybe if you experienced this person in the past, you weren't able to see them at a deeper level, and Spirit is essentially asking you at this time when they come back, or whoever this person is, like, especially if this is somebody that you're meeting for the first time, like they could come off like this Knight of Wands, but they might actually have the potential to grow, or who they truly are is this King of Pentacles. But they could just be in a very joyous setting, like maybe you guys are out and about, like at a party or something, you know, with that Three of Cups, celebrating something. So don't judge a book by its cover, which I love with open-heartedness as well. But I definitely think this is going to be something that was meant to come into your life and will bring you a lot of happiness. I think that this is something incredibly divinely guided, and you can trust what your gut tells you about this. If this is all just confirming what you've already been feeling, then congratulations. You have a great intuition and you're listening it and following it. So I am going to get some initials and some songs. Let me find my song bag. Where the heck did it go? Oh no. Oh, here it is. Okay, so these songs can be messages from spirit. Maybe they're related to your person. The message, the lyrics, the artist, whatever could be significant. So songs for pile 1, spirit. Okay, so we got some songs, and let's get some initials. So pile 1, spirit. Alrighty, so I'll move the songs out of the way. Let's look at the numbers first. So we have a 5, we have a 2, we have a 4, we have a 0, we have a 6 or a 9. Looks like it's supposed to be a 6. We have, yeah, come over here, Mr. 3. I gotta get my nails done soon. They're so long. So we have 2 3s, so 33 could be significant. We also have another 5, so we have 2 5s, 2 3s, a 0 and a 6, 2 4. That reduces to 6. Okay, so in terms of letters, we have an L. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, I'm seeing the name Luke, so that could be significant. I also see luck, so you could just feel really lucky to know this person. Or, ooh, maybe spirit, we have double O's here. So with that K, spirit could be saying, you know, stop looking, or like, this person isn't off the hook yet. Or, oh, I'm also seeing Lucy. I'm also seeing the word truce. Like a weird noise. Maybe somebody says that. And with this Q and the N here, they'll definitely see you as a queen. 10 out of 10. You can meet this person through networking or something like that, or social media. Captain Hook, or like Peter Pan or something. Oh, they could be named Peter. Patricia. Patty. Yeah, okay, it looks like that's all I'm seeing. So let's go ahead, and I'm sure you guys will see a bunch too. Let's see what else we have here. So we have Party Monster by The Weeknd. That's come out a few times. We have Sleepy Hollow by Trippie Redd. Kind of goes back to those like fairy tale stories, you know. And we have Summer by Calvin Harris. So you could have met this person in the summer, or maybe the last time you saw them was in the summer. And with that July, like I saw with the 7 with Jupiter, I was thinking of July, so they could be like a Leo or a Cancer. And oh my goodness, we also have I Could Be the One by Avicii and Nicky Romero. So a lot about this could be the one. I definitely think for a lot of you, this this person is something special. And even, oh my gosh, how did I not see this before? The one, you know, so lucky. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Here's your message. Like a ton. It's like a ton of love here. Got an ass built like a Tonka truck. Okay, all right, I'm leaving this reading here, pile one. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through. If you did, definitely leave me a like and subscribe if you are interested in seeing more readings like this. And definitely leave me a comment how this resonates. I would love to hear. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read your cards. I am looking forward to reading for you guys in the future, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye! Hi there, pile two. If you guys chose the Opalite Butterfly and the Golden Girls Tarot, this is going to be your reading, and this is all about your next relationship. So we are going to start by looking at who this person is going to be. So to start, we have Saturn, Truth. We have Judge, Child, Eternal, which is kind of interesting because the last pile also got one of those child cards. And we have Recovery. So this is somebody who has been through it. They could be a Libra or have masculine energy. No matter what gender they are, they could just have primarily masculine energy. No matter what, though, this is somebody who struggled a lot, and I'm guessing more so in the earlier years of their life. Or they could have struggled for just most of their life. No matter what, when you meet this person, or if this sounds like somebody you already know, when you come back together with this person, they're going to have learned a lot of really difficult truths, and they're not going to be the same person that they once were or the same person that you once knew. I feel like the biggest truth that they've awakened to is a spiritual one. I feel like they might be more open to spirituality and divine guidance, whether they adhere to a religion or not. I think they're just going to be more aware that it's not just free will that has a hand at creating their life. I feel like they have had to learn a lot of tough lessons and faced a lot of karma because of probably their actions. But this is definitely somebody who is living now in their truth. I hope that butterfly is in that picture. I feel like one of the truths that this person is learning is that attitude matters. And I think that this person probably had a really shitty attitude for a long time. And I think when they wake up to this reality, they're realizing, oh, I have spent far too much of my life being sad and negative. Like, I feel like this person is trying to allow their inner child to come out. Maybe one thing that they've healed is their inner child, but I feel like they're going to be following their inner truth. And that's going to be a big thing when it comes to this connection, because I think they're going to understand that you are a part of their inner truth. This is going to be somebody that's very fair with that Judge. You know, maybe before they weren't capable of making decisions without their emotions, or maybe they were just very self-centered in their viewpoint. I feel like whatever has happened in their life, they've spent a long time understanding that they have to be more objective about life. Like, the world doesn't revolve around them. The scales aren't always tipped in their favor. And I feel like this is somebody who could be a bit power hungry at times. They could be older than you. There could be an age gap here. But they're definitely, it's like the older they get, the younger they feel, and the more lighthearted they are. I think they're finally seeing a lot of the errors of their ways. And so when you meet them, they'll be a much better person than they were if you had met them before they learned all of this, or if they're coming back into your life. They're going to be a much different person than you remembered. In fact, I feel like this person could have been very harsh. Like, they could have been the type of person that was so blunt that it's like, whoa, like, why would you say it like that? You know those people that are like, I'm just blunt, deal with it. And it's like, there's a difference between being blunt and like being a dick. Like, you're not being blunt, you're being a dick. I just kind of get that energy. Like, this is someone who could kind of be a dick sometimes. And they've kind of learned how powerful words can actually be. And I feel like they're trying to just be fair-minded and not judge people so harshly. I definitely do feel like this is somebody, though, who has dealt with a lot of challenges, and there could be challenges within this relationship. We'll get into that. We'll see. But I definitely think this person is more psychically in tune than they once were. They're kind of letting go of that logic as much, and they're being open to viewing the world in different ways. They're understanding that truths can not only coexist, but their truth isn't the only truth. There's lots of truths, and they're open to the universal truth, and they're definitely leveling up in terms of how they view the world. So this is definitely somebody, I do feel like maybe when it comes to their emotions, they could be a bit restrictive. And even though I said that they could like make decisions out of emotions, which I think typically those emotions would be anger or jealousy or something like that, they don't show it, but like they feel it and it comes out in maybe harsh criticism or bluntness. Like, and you're like, damn, dude, like, you need a blunt, like, calm down. Like, which this could be any gender, but Saturn has more of a masculine energy attached to it, more of like a fatherly, older, wise sage, like kind of like this bad boy in the recovery card. But I definitely think that they're going to be recovering from a lot of really crappy stuff that has happened in their life when this comes together or something like that. But I definitely think all the things that have happened to them, not only did they deserve them, like it was karma, but also it's changed them for the better, and they're becoming a better person, and they understand that now, and they kind of understand. They're a much better judge of character and are able to be more objective about themselves. I think before they were too in their ego to call themselves out, and I think that they're trying to do that now because they see how ignoring that can set them up for a lot of bad shit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the tarot. So in the last pile, I kind of just asked what Spirit wants you to know about this connection and then went from there. So the questions for each of you might be different. I just kind of want to like see what happens here. So we'll just start by asking Spirit, what do you want pile 2 to know about this connection and their relationship with this person? So we have the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Page of Swords, the 2 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to know about this connection? So I think right away, there's a lot of similarities to the first pile, so you might want to watch the first pile. But right off the bat, this is something where you don't, like, they're going to come to you. That's the vibe that I'm getting. And I feel like with this 9 of Wands here, you might be a bit defensive. You might have your guard up. And you might just be a little bit exhausted at this time. So you might not really, they might try to come in and they might want to date you or something. And you're going to be like, I'm not dating anybody right now, but I'm willing to just like chat. Like, I feel like it's going to start off very innocently. Even if this person is coming back into your life, they might reach out via like text, or I hope not, but possibly Snapchat. It's not going to be very romantic. You both are going to be overthinking this a little bit. I feel like for this person, they're going to be worried that they're not going to be successful. But you're just going to kind of be in this energy like, yeah, like if you want me, you got to come to me. You know, I've been through enough shit in my life. Like, and even though this person has two, I feel like theirs is more tied to karma and yours is just maybe more hardships and learning tough lessons from people. And you might have a hard time making a decision about this person when they come in. But with this Two of Swords here, this is telling you you need to listen to your intuition when it comes to this connection. They're going to be the ones to take action towards you, and they might try to take action very quickly. So if you're not comfortable with that, you have full freedom to set the pace of this connection. And I think that one thing that you're going to have to do is, that might be kind of hard, is overpower their will, because I feel like this person is kind of forceful and wants things their way. But two can play at that game, and I think pile two is going to play that game. So I think for you guys, there's going to be more of an energy of just starting this off very innocently and very slow. And I think you're going to try to not be too in your head about it. You're just going to try to like take it as it comes. But you're going to be just inquisitive at first. You're going to be open to it, but you're not necessarily going to be seeing the full picture here or let this person in. I feel like you're going to be open to this person explaining things or talking to you, but like they're going to be putting in the work. You're going to be just kind of like, okay, like, yeah, you can come to me. Like, I'm not worried about this. You know, you could be a student or something like that, so you could be focusing on your schoolwork, or you could just be at a point in your life where, you know, maybe you've just been through a lot when it comes to relationships and you've been kind of on a break. You've just been kind of taking a rest and trying to heal. And so whenever this person comes in, I feel like you're not going to be coming from a romantic standpoint at all, and you're not really going to want to make a decision. I feel like you're just going to kind of allow things to happen as they come. And I think, I notice I'm saying I think a lot, and so your biggest challenge is going to be getting out of your head. You might have to make a decision about something in order to be with this person. The right answer will come from your gut, so just know that. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. What is this relationship going to be like, Spirit? What do you want pile two to know about this relationship? I feel like there will be a lot of passion. Things might get physical pretty quickly, and you might like be like, look, this is just physical. There's no benefits involved. I mean like there's no emotional benefits involved, and this person might be like, oh, like I kind of want that. But we have the Emperor, the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Swords, oh my goodness, and the Three of Swords. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. Okay, so well, pile two, I'm gonna be honest here. This might not be something you want, and this might be something that you turn away. Or I need to get clarifiers here. Okay, so Spirit, can you clarify the Three of Swords for me, please? We definitely need a clarifier for that Five of Swords. Okay, so Three of Swords, High Priest, oh, Justice, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, and Spirit, can you clarify the Five of Swords? Clarify the Five of Swords for me, please. King of Pentacles. Okay. Alrighty, okay. King of Wands on the back of the deck. I'm just going to split it, see what shows up. Nine of Pentacles. So this is interesting. When it comes to this connection, maybe this is an ex. Maybe this is somebody that you were already with and they betrayed you in the past. And maybe you're having a lot of trouble getting over that. If not, oh man, I feel like your heart space is really closed off. We have no cups here. And actually, I almost wonder if my description sounded like you or sounded like things that you had been through, which obviously I didn't mean to call you a dick, but with this heartbreak here, I don't know, maybe you might turn away from this relationship. You might say, no, I don't want this. Because you might, I feel like you're not going to let this in, and because of a fear of being heartbroken. But for some of you, I feel like in this relationship honestly might not last that long. This might be a relationship that you give a shot and then decide that you don't want it. And it might leave you heartbroken. And I don't ever want to say that. But the heartbreak is justified by Justice and the Ten of Pentacles. And so I guess my thoughts here, sorry if you can hear my water tank. My thoughts here are you overthinking this? Is this all in your head? Because I do think there's a lot of essence of overthinking here. You might feel trapped, like you're unable to access your heart space, and like you're so worried about something happening. But the good news is that we do have the Ace of Swords here, which does signify clarity. And the Five of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles. So I feel like if this is a betrayal of the past, first of all, if you don't want somebody, you don't have to let them in. I guess this is why your intuition is going to be really important, because I almost feel like Spirit is saying that you can't trust exactly what you see. You're going to have to trust what you feel in your gut, and you can't trust your brain, because your brain, I feel like you both will have a lot of anxieties about this connection, but you'll have this cool, calm, collected demeanor. Maybe this person will, this could be a warning. to not go into this connection. Ultimately, this is a general reading. Trust your gut. Trust your gut no matter what. If this isn't resonating, pick another pile. But I guess my confusion lies with, because I don't know how much of this is in your head and how much of this is real. Your anxiety might be clouding you from the truth. And you're definitely going to need clarity here, which is interesting because we have Saturn being ruled by the truth. If this was a connection where you dated somebody or if you got your heart broken by this person in the past, I think this is saying that the karma for this is being, or it was experienced. Okay, so maybe this person is going to come back and you're going to have this Five of Swords energy. You're going to be like, nah, I'm not letting you back in. I don't care if you learned your lesson. I don't care if you did this or you did that. I'm going to find my Ten of Pentacles elsewhere. Because maybe you know that there's somebody more solid out there for you. But see, I get two very different vibes. It's kind of interesting because I said if this one was resonating, check out pile 1. But pile 1 has a very different energy to it. I think that this is partially a wake-up call to you, pile 2. That in order for a connection to come in, you have to get out of your head and you have to, I mean, your heart space is completely blocked. Nothing can come in here. And I think that you need to find clarity about why your situations have happened the way that they have. Because you deserve a fair and balanced connection and somebody who's going to grow with you. Somebody that's going to be your counterpart. If this person is domineering or judgmental, that maybe I mean, I feel like for some of you, this is definitely a warning sign that if something feels off, if you're like, I don't know, I kind of want to check this out, but something feels wrong. Like this person might say a bunch of platitudes and tell you what you want to hear. And you think that you're going to get all these beautiful things, but they leave quickly and you're left heartbroken. But if that happens, trust me, we clearly already figured out that this person maybe doesn't make the best decisions and is going to have karma delivered. This could be, in terms of signs, this could be an Aries. Lots of air, so Gemini, Libra, which we have Libra with Justice, Aquarius. We have a lot of Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Maybe this person broke your heart in the past because they were too focused on work. But they want to come back and make things right. And you might still be heartbroken from this, so maybe you're not ready, or maybe you could create a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're so anxious that this person is going to betray you that you sabotage this connection. It's going to resonate differently for everyone. And this is why I want to stress, this is kind of like a side note, this is why your intuition is of the utmost importance here. This is a general reading on YouTube, and energies always change. Energies change all the time. And your gut knows more than your mind does when it comes to love. But if your heart space is blocked off, you're not ready for love and you're not ready for a relationship. You might act calm, cool, and collected, but if you're not ready for a relationship, if you're just going to be filled with fear, you need to find clarity about your life first. You need to heal first. And maybe this recovery and this truth, this Saturn, this truth, you know, maybe Spirit is saying that it's time for you to recover from stuff, because right now, if you get into a connection, it's not going to be very helpful. It's not going to end well, and you're not going to be open to it. There could be family issues that you need to work out. Maybe there's legal things going on. This is tough. But I think this is a warning more so than anything, that you need to get your heart space, like what's in your heart space, figured out. This definitely isn't the type of reading that I want to do, and I'm honestly kind of pissed, because like I'm like, oh, this is your next relationship. Like, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be like lighthearted and stuff. But this is not, and I think this is because you're not ready for a relationship yet. And I almost wonder with these cards here, you could be attracting the exact type of person that you're trying to recover from, because you haven't healed yet. You haven't found balance within yourself. You need to find clarity, and maybe you're just not ready for love right now, which is kind of very not annoying, which is kind of pretty annoying to hear in a relationship reading. But it's okay to admit that to yourself. And if this isn't resonating, please pick another pile, because you'll know if this is resonating for you or not. But the energy that I feel is heavy. And I think that there's maybe like ancestral karma here, or ancestral patterns that need to be broken. I feel like you feel trapped. It's time to take that blindfold off. Because I think, honestly, Spirit's just warning you at this point that you need to stand tall and stand within yourself and take action towards addressing this heartbreak, because you will not have a balanced connection until you do that. You're going to have a very cold exterior, and while you might seem fine, if you can't sleep, if you're anxious, if you're worried, this is going to be a tough energy to navigate in a connection, and I think it's going to end as quickly as it starts, or it's just going to make things worse. So this is your warning now. If you're blocked off from your heart space, or if you have things in your heart that you have not resolved, jumping into something else or jumping back to this person, even if they've changed, you might not have. You might still need to heal from this. And here's the thing, I could be wrong, but there needs to be clarity here about, are you a victim, or are you continually victimizing yourself? I know these are tough truths to hear, but sometimes we do need to hear them. You need to be in an energy of choosing yourself, but not self-sabotaging. And if you keep your walls up, you're probably going to be attracting the wrong people, maybe domineering, maybe this relationship might come and it might feel right, and the universe might bring you guys together. And it might be one of those relationships where it's a stepping stone for you to find your actual right person, because it seems like the biggest thing you gain from it, if it does go forward, is clarity and understanding and a fresh mindset. It's truth. So this could be a karmic relationship that you go through with somebody. Or this is your warning if they're coming back. That it might not end how you want it to. With this justice here, though, it seems like you need to heal some ancestral things and heal yourself. Know your worth, know your value. I feel like the right person for you is going to be a King of Pentacles type, but don't quote me on that. But I feel like you're wanting somebody that you can start a family with. And I think you want somebody solid that's going to keep you grounded and give you stability. And I feel like what this person is not going to give you is stability. In fact, they might be kind of controlling, and if there is an age gap here, they might be kind of domineering. I know this isn't like a very fun reading, but I do think it's essential to know these things, because I feel like this person is going to come on strong, and you might let it happen because you want love, and I think it's going to put you in a place that's even worse than you were to begin with. So trust what your gut says. If your gut says, nah, this isn't my pile, this isn't right, then you're right. If your gut is telling you when this person comes in, something doesn't feel right, I don't want to go through with this, by all means, don't. Trust your guides. Trust what your gut tells you. Because, you know, you have the power and the energy to change these things. So if this is your next relationship, this is just your next projected relationship. So if you have the power to change things now and get to healing and work on opening your heart space and not being so defensive and walled off, then your next relationship could very well potentially be somebody who's much better for you and that isn't going to hurt you. But I feel like if you do go through with this relationship, it is likely going to be a karmic connection. But it seems like it'll be essential for giving you clarity and seeing the truth and learning how to finally choose yourself. You might break this person's heart, because you might just be like, nah, I'm moving on. Family could have something to do with this, but I'm just going to get advice for you guys, because at this point, the energy just feels really heavy. I don't want to sit in it much longer. And I think I've said everything that I need to say. So we have express your love, religious factors, and heart-to-heart conversations, and free yourself. So I was kind of hoping this would come out, because I think that these are all about you. You don't love yourself, pile 2. Because if you did, your heart space would be open, and you would be open to giving and receiving love. And I think that you're trapping yourself in fear. You know, even in this 8 of Swords, you could have a very cynical outlook, maybe because that's all you've known or that's all you understand. But Spirit is saying that if you want to change this, if you don't want to have a connection like this, you have to change the dialogue with yourself, and you have to change how you see yourself. And if you can't do that on your own, by all means, therapy, counseling, medication, getting that stuff worked out, lifestyle changes. But it seems like Spirit brought you to this reading in order to get you aware of where you're headed if you continue down this path. And maybe this person will come back and maybe they have changed. But it seems like you haven't, because you are heartbroken or something like that. But I almost wonder if instead this was talking about you. Needing to recover from this. Needing to see the truth for yourself, and needing to be balanced and fair and objective. When Judge came out, it originally came out in reverse. And I turned it upright because I thought it was weird. But it says offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. I think you only offer destructive criticism to yourself. And now that I look at these cards, you know, with all of this context, I think that karmically, you're either on path to another, like, I feel like Spirit's been trying to give you signs for a while that you need to start going within and open up your heart to yourself. And open up your heart chakra to free yourself from this mental prison, from these defenses. Spirit's doing all of this to break you down so that you can find someone that you are truly worthy of. But with this here, this is essentially a warning sign that you can't be calm, cool, and collected when it comes to your fears and how you see things. Because at this point, it just seems like more pain lies ahead if you don't address what's going on here. So let's get you some more advice. If you stuck through this reading, I really appreciate you. Okay, I'm gonna take some more. And maybe this is somebody where you might self-sabotage this connection because you're not being open. And you might repeat this cycle and break somebody else's heart. I don't know. There's a lot of different situations, but let's read your advice cards. So we have, let's start with teamwork, which just came out in the last pile. So potentially, maybe if you get this worked out, the last pile is the relationship that you might be in instead. But you've got to address this shit first. And I know this isn't easy, but like, you're trapping yourself and this isn't good. I don't want you, like, I'm coming from a place of genuine concern, pile 2. Like, I'm really, like, I'm worried about you. You're way too in your head. There needs to be some healing here. And these are hard truths, but I'm not going to lie to you. And this is what I'm seeing. So your advice. I'm determined to be a good teammate in all of my relationships. If we disagree, I'll resist the urge to place blame and look for a way to solve the problem together. When we're a team, everything's a game. And when we're on the same side, nobody can lose. Not even the Cubs, finally. Laughter is the best legal medicine, and it looks like it's time for you to take a sweet hit of it. When something annoys you or a plan goes awry, try finding something funny in there. If you ever feel like the butt of the joke, remember that the only difference between someone laughing at you and someone laughing with you is that in the first version, you're not laughing. You always have the option, so opt to lighten up. It's legal in almost 200 countries. And I think this is actually very insightful because you might be placing all the blame on someone because you're hurt. And while they did hurt you, you're not responsible for the hurt that people cause you, but you are responsible for how you heal so that you don't repeat these cycles. And these lessons come into your life for a reason. So we also have grace. I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. With grace, I'm able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not resort to name-calling, even when that crappy poo-poo face is being a douchey barf monster. So that's also valuable. And we have thoughtfulness. It's time to put your money where your mouth is and have fun showing your love. Think of all the little things you can do to show a person you love them. Then stop thinking of those things and actually do them. It's time to hit a note in somebody's pocket. Is it time to hide a note in someone's pocket, make them a snack, order them a book? Anything thoughtful can be an act of love, even taking the trash out to the dumpster, unless you're dating the trash, which in case, don't take it to the dumpster, take it somewhere fancy at my raccoons. Wow. Who would have thought that being so full of thoughts could be considered thoughtful? So yeah, maybe for a lot of you, maybe you will sabotage this connection if you're not careful. I think you need to look at life from a lighter side, a lighter situation. I think there needs to be a lot of issues resolved here, and it's gonna happen differently for all of you. But whatever this is, I feel like I'm heavily channeling you, and you can't just have a tough facade forever. You'll have to let someone in eventually, and hurt people. And I'm sorry that if people hurt you in the past, but you might pass this on to other people if you're not careful. And it does seem like you need clarity more than anything right now because your brain is blocking you from the truth. So I'm going to get you some songs and some letters, and then that's where we're going to leave it. So Spirit, songs for pile 2. Okay, and then we will get some letters and numbers here. Letters and numbers for pile 2. Okay, so we have 888. And this 888 could definitely be referencing cycles, infinite cycles, and how it's time to heal those so that you don't have this cycle happen. You don't deserve this. And we have CHAN, so I'm already seeing change. Like, change needs to happen. I feel like if you got this pile, it was your warning or your wake-up call that you need to heal. Otherwise, things are not going to get better. Chan could be a name, a first or last name. We have a lot of numbers. So we have 4, 0, and with that Ha, CN, maybe you live in Toronto, CN Tower, Ha. Need to laugh a little bit, look on the brighter side of things. Con, you're conning yourself if you think you don't deserve love. Connecticut maybe could be significant. We have a 6 or a 9, and we have a 4 or a 0. So let's look at your songs now. Okay, so we have The Way by Ariana Grande and Mac Miller. So this is like a really pretty song. And so I think this is a good like energy. Like, that's kind of what you want to be in. Like, your person will make you feel this way. And now I'm just even sadder because I'm thinking about Mac Miller. God. Starships by Nicki Minaj. I feel like Spirit's trying to get you to lighten up because, like, I just feel your energy and it's heavy. If this isn't resonating, this obviously isn't your pile, but if it is. Oh, and we have Lionheart by Girls' Generation. This is also a K-pop song. But the music video makes a lot of sense. So, you could have dealt with like a player or somebody like that, and they might have really broken your heart, but you don't deserve this. Like, you're freaking... It's time for you to heal so that you can level up and move on from this BS. You deserve to be happy, pile 2s, and I really hope that you find the happiness that you deserve, because you really do deserve this. And a lot of these fears might just be in your head, but ultimately, you need to open up your heart space so that you can actually trust what your intuition and your inner judgment is telling you. Your intuition will whisper, your anxiety will yell, will make up a bunch of worries. So pile 3, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for making it all the way through. If you did, I'm wishing you all the best, and I hope that things get better. I hope that you find the clarity that you're looking for, and I hope that, you know, you turn the tides here and don't allow someone else to come in and hurt you. So definitely, I mean, I understand if you don't want to leave me a like or subscribe, because I know this isn't the most fun reading to encounter, but if this gave you any clarity, definitely leave a comment. Maybe provide some support to other pile 2s who might be having trouble, you know, breaking down those walls and accessing their heart space, because clearly emotions aren't really a factor right now. So I am wishing you guys the best. I'm sending you all my love. I'm sending you a big, big hug. You are so worthy of love, and you are so worthy of happiness. You deserve to heal. So I'm wishing you guys all the best moving forward, and I hope you'll come back and visit me again soon, healed and with much better results. Bye, pile 2. Hi there, pile 3. If you guys chose the Luminous Void Tarot and the Black Tourmaline, this is going to be your reading, and this is who your next partner is, and we're looking into your relationship. So I got some cards first to see any information about this person, and you guys actually got the 7th house, and the 7th house is all about partners and partnerships. So this very well could be the person that you marry. They could be a Libra, or they could be someone who's just very neutral. They could be somebody that overcame a lot of adversity. Like, they could have addictive tendencies or were an addict in the past. Maybe they've struggled financially. Really what they're working on right now is their self-worth and their financial gain. And that's probably where they'll be when they meet you. Or if you know this person, if it comes back, if you guys decide to come together. But with Networker here, enhances unity through the sharing of information and engenders social awareness and empathy. I feel like this person is going to be somebody very extroverted. They're going to enjoy being around people. They could be like some kind of advocate, like maybe they're into activism, or they just have a large social network of supporters behind them. They could be in the public light in some way. This also could speak to them being the person to help you work through issues. It's possible you guys have very similar issues and you both help each other work through them. They could be excuse me, they could be slightly addicted to you, and maybe at times you guys have trouble speaking your feelings to each other. I'm gonna get a sip of water, excuse me. But I feel like you guys maybe start off as friends and then become more later. I feel like this is going to be somebody who will motivate you to be your best self. They are somebody who is going to maybe help you meet other people that will help you along your journey, like in maybe your career or something else like that. I feel like this is somebody, maybe you guys might struggle at first with like communicating with one another, which is why my throat started acting weird, possibly. Maybe you guys write to each other instead of like saying things out. Maybe you guys have to write down how you feel or something like that. No matter what, this seems like a very balanced, very fair connection. One of you could be involved in law or journalism or something like that. But I definitely think that this person might be insecure about their finances at this time, or trying to build that. You might be somebody that helps them recognize addictive behaviors. I feel like this is definitely somebody who's going to motivate you to be your best self. And 31 does reduce to 4, which 4 is all about stability. And we do have going from... we have red and purple, so like the root to the crown chakra. So this could definitely be somebody who is a counterpart, or is somebody that is meant to be your partner, whether that be marriage, whether that just be long term. But I definitely think that you both are going to be working on your self-esteem and your self-worth. So the last two readings have been very, very interesting. And I've kind of just been asking Spirit what you guys need to know about this connection. And I'm almost wondering if I'm regretting making everything so open. But like at the same time, I want to leave it open because the varying of messages has been quite interesting thus far. So I am just going to leave it open, and I'm just going to ask Spirit, just to start, what do you guys need to know about this connection, about this relationship coming forward? With you guys choosing Black Tourmaline, I'm hoping that this is a connection that's going to be very grounding, very solid, but we shall see. So we have the Emperor. One or both of you could be in Aries. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Devil. Okay, this is actually really interesting. And this is like... similar cards are coming out in all of the piles, but the interesting thing is already the energy feels different, like immediately. You could be an Aries or a Capricorn with these two cards coming out here. But I definitely feel like you both are fiery as hell. One of you could be represented by the Queen of Wands and the other could be represented by the Emperor. But I think one of the biggest things about this connection, and especially with Addict coming out, you guys might have similar demons or similar issues that you help one another work through. I almost feel like you guys are going to be strong for each other. And this is going to be the type of person who is there for you when things get tough and things get rough. You guys might actually hit rock bottom together, which I don't think is rock bottom. I just think like maybe you guys both know what it's like to hit rock bottom, and you might experience ups and downs within your connection. But with this Three of Wands here, I feel like it will be pretty harmonious. You guys have a bright future together, and that's what you will both be focused on. I feel like you guys are going to be focused on material abundance, and I really honestly kind of like that this 7th house and this partners came out, because I honestly feel like these cards really describe the both of you. I feel like you both have empathy, you both have compassion, you both maybe have addictive tendencies, and you might be tethered to each other. Like, you'll be fully aware, like, yeah, we can't get enough of each other. But there is something grounding about this, and I feel like especially when you guys have a bad day or something, being able to come home to this person is going to be very freeing. I think that you guys are definitely going to challenge one another and expand both of your mindsets. You're going to have a much more, you're going to be able to better see where the other person is coming from. But I think you guys are almost perfect for each other, because you both have very strong, like, unwilling to compromise personalities, which I think you guys will have to learn to compromise. But at first, there might be some difficulties and there might be some arguments because neither of you want to concede anything. But with the Devil here, I feel like you guys are going to be each other's biggest teammates. You're your biggest like motivators, and I think you guys are going to call each other out on each other's shit. With this, and I'm pulled back to the 5 of Cups again, because I almost feel like you guys might say things to each other sometimes without realizing that you hurt one another. And I think it's going to help you guys realize how words can carry more meaning than we think. But I definitely think this is somebody that you feel tied to. I feel compelled to mention, I feel like physically you guys are going to get along very well, and you might expand each other's horizons in that way. But I feel like you guys are going to be around for the highs and the lows, and I think you can trust each other, especially with this Emperor here. You can count on one another, and you both are going to be willing to make concessions for the other. I feel like this is going to be a connection where you both actually respect the hell out of each other and respect how headstrong you both are. I mean, with Capricorn and Aries in here, there's definitely a headstrong energy. You could also, you know, maybe you both are really tied to your work, and so maybe you don't always get to spend as much time as you'd like to, but there's an awareness here that even if you guys are apart, you're still tethered together. And I feel like you both have like this, maybe when you guys get together, there's this energy of like, oh, well, we definitely want to have a lot more wealth. We want to have a lot more success. And I feel like there's going to be a mutual agreement. Like, you guys aren't going to be too upset with each other for working and stuff like that, because I think you both are going to be trying your best to achieve financial success for one another. I also think that with this Devil card here and that Addict energy, you guys are going to be like each other's biggest supporters. And I feel like I've kind of already gone into this, but you guys are going to this connection is going to be very grounding, because this is going to be the person that doesn't let you get away with things. Like, you know, if you do have addictive tendencies, like, let's use a funny example. Maybe you're addicted to character mac and cheese with this little devil stomach thing here, and you make all the excuses in the world. Like, oh, well, I have to have character mac and cheese because, like, they just came out with this new SpongeBob mac and cheese, and I need the SpongeBob mac and cheese. And then your person's gonna be like, no, like, I know you're full of shit. Like, you don't need the SpongeBob mac and cheese. Like, we don't need it. You don't need it. Whatever it may be. But yeah, I feel like you guys are going to be hard on each other, but in a tough love kind of way. There's a lot of passion here, though. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is big here. And you could also, there could be water here as well with Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about this connection. What is this connection going to be like? What might you achieve? What can pile 3 expect? So we have the 8 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Okay, so we have counterparts here, and then on the back of the deck we have the 5 of Wands. Okay, yeah, so this connection is going to be a bit tricky, mainly because we've got 2 very strong personalities here. With this 2 of Wands, I feel like maybe one big aspect of your connection is exploration. You might even be the type of people to include like a third party in the bedroom if that's what you're into, like only if that's what you're into. But I feel like your connection might thrive in a way on these like disagreements with one another, because they like bring about the passion. It might be awkward for the people around you, but one of the biggest telling things about this with the 8 of Swords here is that you both are your own worst enemies. And with the Emperor being here, I feel like you both are going to be strong for one another, in the sense that you will call each other out, even if it leads to an argument, even if you have to both have to fight for your sides. But what I love with the 6 of Wands coming out here is maybe at some point you guys will be like, okay, maybe this isn't working out, or maybe we need to take a break. But I feel like you guys are always going to be victorious no matter what you do, whether you decide to stay together or go apart. But I feel like for a lot of you with this Page of Pentacles here, you might overcome a lot. Like, for example, with the 2 of Wands, you know, maybe you guys will have to make a tough decision about where you're living or what you're doing, or it's like you're going to overcome a lot, and you both are going to have a lot of confidence in one another. And I think that you both are going to realize how valuable each of you are. And with the King and Queen of Wands coming out here, I feel like you guys are going to be, you're going to take the lead when you need to. But the biggest challenge you both are going to have is allowing the other person to take the back seat, or taking the back seat when the other person wants to take the lead. I feel like you both are really headstrong. For some of you, with this Page of Pentacles, I'm almost feeling like you might have a kid together. If that's not something you want and you can have kids, I would make sure that you're being safe and you are taking the precautions necessary to ensure that. But if that's something that you want, then this could be a good sign. I almost feel like with this Page of Discs, like this could be something that grounds the connection and makes you guys realize that this is worth fighting for. Because I think you both want victory in this anyway. But I feel like you both get in your heads, like, maybe other people say, like, I don't know how you guys get along, or I don't know how this is ever going to work out. Like, you both are just so intense. And you might be like, well, maybe there is something better out there, or should I be with this person, or should I not be with this person? And I think that you guys are gonna be confident in whatever decision that you make. I mean, I definitely think that this is gonna be a connection that is not easy, but clearly the spirit brought y'all together for a reason. Like, only certain people can handle of a connection as fiery as this. And I feel like as hard as you might fight, the ways that y'all make up will be very, very enjoyable. And I think that you'll realize that even if you guys do split or separate for a time, that nobody can handle each other the way that y'all can. This is actually kind of really beautiful in a dramatic way a little bit. It does feel a little bit traumatic, but I think that you guys are tethered to each other for a reason, and I do think that this connection exists for a reason, or is going to exist, because you might not even know who this person is yet. But with this Eight of Swords here, your own biggest enemy is your head and believing that you can't do something. And especially if you have addictive tendencies or an addictive personality, you know, it's that anxiety of feeling trapped. You can't let that anxiety overpower things, because you guys have the potential to be very successful in this connection. And it would very well potentially be the beginning of something very beautiful here. So I'm going to go ahead and get some advice for you guys. So pile 3, Spirit, what advice do you have for my pile 3 people when it comes to this future relationship of theirs? Ooh, okay, love to see it. Okay, so we have very soon, and true love, and unrequited love. And on the back of the deck, we have let go of control issues. Yeah. So you both might have fears. Like, I feel like this is something that might start out as friends. Or you might be worried that this person doesn't feel the same way, because you guys might have very cool exteriors and get really anxious in your head. But I also, I'm like, this is definitely not true, because 1, we have this card, and 2, y'all have plenty of chemistry and attraction. Maybe it will take realizing that you're not getting what you want from somebody else, but I feel like this person is coming in very soon. And this is the romance of a lifetime. And that's why, even though there's similar cards to some of the decks, the energy felt different. And it's like, to the outside, this is the type of connection where people are going to be like, I have no idea how they are together, how they get along, how does this work? But y'all will know, and y'all will just understand. You're going to be like, yeah, that's my person. I want to hit them with a bus all the time, but man, I wouldn't want anyone else to shove in front of that bus. You know what I mean? And I don't mean they would literally shove you in front of a bus, but it's possible that maybe for some of you, you're coming out of a disappointment with a past connection, and this person is actually going to be much better for you. And I also feel like this unrequited love thing speaks to addictive things. Like, maybe if you use a substance or have an addiction to something and you use it as a void filler, you'll realize you don't need that anymore. And maybe it's this connection where you guys realize, oh, we don't need these things to make us feel better. Because this is something very special, and you guys do have the potential to be victorious. But the biggest thing that you guys, both of you, are going to have to learn is to let go of control issues. So this is definitely going to be quite an interesting connection. I'm interested to know if you know this person or not, or if when you get into a relationship with this person, what happens. So let me get you some other advice cards. Okay, so yeah, honesty definitely seems like this will be something important. Ooh, and pleasure. So we'll start here with honesty. This heralds a wonderful time of rooting yourself in complete and total honesty. It might seem scary to tell the truth all the time with everyone about everything, but when you practice radical honesty, you can stop hiding and start relaxing. The best part is, honesty from you inspires honesty from others. What results is a rootin' tootin' trust parade, and everyone's invited, except the bagpipe players, but you know they'll show up anyway. And as I've said before, bagpipe players are welcome in our parade. And then we have pleasure. I give myself permission to feel pleasure, and I let that pleasure rush into my life with a decadent display of over-the-top abundance. Then I realize that pleasure has been waiting at my door for a long time. It's just that pleasure doesn't knock on doors because loud noises aren't super pleasant. Oh, maybe this is somebody that you've been like rejecting because you only see them as a friend and they've been like, man, just give me a chance or something. Or maybe you don't trust them. I don't know. It might be different. Let me know how that resonates. And oh, this one is so relevant for you and whoever you get in a relationship with. So you might want to show them this card. Tact. I speak and act with care, remembering, and look at how crazy the fire is going right now. Like, Spirit's like, yeah, y'all are really fiery. You need to be careful. I speak and act with care, remembering that impulsive words or a harsh tone can sometimes hurt others. If it feels like I'm walking on eggshells, I'll remind myself that those eggshells might actually be a shop full of china and I might actually be a bull. Then I'll remind myself to stop mixing metaphors. So those are your advice cards. Let's get you some letters, numbers, and some songs. So pile 3, what songs are relevant for pile 3? Okay, you guys got a lot. So some of them might resonate and others might not. Let me get you some letters and numbers as well. So pile 3. Okay, so you have 4 E's. So that's a lot of E's. We also have a G. Yeah, we have 3 E's. We have an I, we have an A, we have a U, we have an M or a W. I'm seeing game. So like one thing is like you don't want to treat this like a game. But I'm also seeing like gimme, like you guys are going to be really all over each other. We also have 3, so 333 or 555 could be significant. 555 is also the number of change. Yeah, we have a ton of E's. Emily could be significant. Jean, maybe. Amy. Artificial intelligence might be something. I'm also like getting Bitcoin for some reason. So those are your letters and numbers. Now let's look at your giant amount of songs here. So About You Now by Miranda Cosgrove. So yeah, that would make sense if maybe this love was unrequited before and it didn't happen. Obviously a banger. You know, when Miranda Cosgrove's on the table, it's gonna be good. We also have Check Yes Juliet by We the Kings. And Beat of My Heart by Hilary Duff. And I Ain't Got Time by Tyler, the Creator. Yeah, make sure you can see that. And we also have Love to Hate Me by Blackpink. So you have quite an interesting mix here. But, you know, hopefully this resonated, and I'm definitely interested to see how this pile is going to feel about this one, because it is very interesting. But I'm gonna leave this reading here, pile 3. Definitely leave me a like and subscribe if you are interested in seeing more readings from me. Definitely leave me a comment down below and let me know how it resonates or how you hope it will resonate. Oh, is this the type of relationship that you want? Because obviously you have the freedom to say no or not be in a relationship at any time. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through if you did, and giving me the opportunity to read your cards. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you are watching this, and hopefully you'll come back and visit me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 4. If you guys chose the pink aragonite cloud and the fairy tarot, this is your reading and this is your next relationship. So, excuse me, we have a couple of cards here to describe who this person is going to be, and aspects of your connection. So the last 3 piles have been quite interesting. So we'll see. So to start, we have Virgo. I analyzed, so this person could be a Virgo, but if not, they're likely just very analytical. We also have Exorcist in reverse. And so the shadow attribute is coming out, and it is fear of facing your own demons. We have Companion, loyalty, tenacity, unselfishness. And we have Soulmate. So this person is definitely a soulmate. This is somebody who is like a rock and your best friend. I feel like this person is going to worry about you a lot. They're always going to want you to be healthy and do your best to, like, they might be nitpicky with you is kind of what I'm getting, only because they always want to take care of you and they always want the best for you. This is somebody who's going to be on your side. They're probably the type of person who will prefer to stay out of the spotlight, but this could be somebody who's a healthcare worker. It could be like a writer. Somebody very intelligent at the very least. This is a grounding energy, but Virgos, nothing gets past Virgos. They are so analytical. And I think maybe one thing you might help them with is facing their own shadows, because I think that they might help you face yours, but you're going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, Mr. or Miss Virgo, like, you're not as perfect as you claim to be. Like, you got shadows too, and we're going to face those. But I think at the end of the day, you guys are homies first and lovers second, and that's the way that it's meant to be. I feel like it's not going to be like the most romantic, mushy-gushy connection in the world, but there's going to be this unspoken bond. Like, you guys, maybe acts of service is a love language. I feel like you guys are going to be very practical in terms of taking care of one another and trying your best to help each other in practical ways. Work could be very important here. You guys might end up living together, especially because it seems like a daily routine will be involved here. I feel like this person will have issues with worrying and anxiety, so that might be something that you have to help them with. But I think, yeah, one thing that they struggle with is facing their own fears. So they might be someone who's a worrywart or very, has a very nervous energy is just kind of what I'm getting. But I feel like this person, even if they don't always express it verbally, they're going to show you in little ways how they feel about you, and nothing will get past them. So if you say something in a different tone or something like that, be careful, because they will overanalyze to the nines. And they don't have to have Virgo or Virgo placements. It's just that they have this Virgo energy. So let's go ahead and look at your tarot, because this is already seeming to be a very solid connection. I'm pretty excited to see what's going to come out here. But I've kind of just been asking Spirit what it is that you need to know about this connection. I've gotten interesting responses so far for all of the piles. So, Spirit, what does pile 4 need to know about this connection with their soulmate or companion? Okay, so we have Judgment, Renewal. We have the Hermit, so Virgo energy again. Oh my goodness, we have a lot here. So the Wheel. Oh my God. Okay, so this is a very major connection. I literally shuffled the shit out of these cards. And we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So this could be somebody that you might not know this person, but you could also know this person. It's going to vary differently for those of you. But I feel like for a lot of you, clarity about who this is or this situation is coming. This is going to be a highly intuitive connection. You might both be Virgos. Virgo energy is heavily present here. The wheel is fixed energies, so Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. I definitely feel like this is something highly intuitive. But I feel like the biggest thing about this is that this is kind of all about you, pile 4. Because obviously you're single right now. And I think that a lot of the reason why this hasn't come in yet is because Spirit is wanting you to work on facing your fears a little bit. Because it kind of seems like whoever this person is, you're gonna kind of show by example and help them take the lead when it comes to healing and facing your own inner demons. There are secrets here, like inner secrets within you that you need to unlock. And it's time for you to find clarity about who you are, what it is that you want, and just kind of life in general. This is a major, major connection, and I think it's coming no matter what. But I feel like with the wheel here, it's kind of happening naturally, and Spirit wants you to spend this time going within and focusing on you, a commitment to spiritual growth. So Spirit wants you to focus on growing that aspect of you, because then once you meet this person, you'll know who it is. With this renewal, maybe things from your past you're needing to heal from, and this might be a time for healing, and then you'll have clarity. I feel like Spirit just wants you and your mindset and your intuitive body to be ready for this person when they come in, because it's like ready or not, here they come. Like with the wheel here, this is happening. But Spirit wants you to be as prepared as you possibly can so that you have a fresh mindset and you're not deterred by any challenges. Spirit also wants you to communicate clearly, because this person is not going to be the best at communicating. They're probably going to keep a lot of things inward. And so it's going to kind of be up to you. I feel like you're going to set a lot of examples in this connection in terms of just how to heal, how to understand your inner connection, how to understand your inner guidance. I feel like you just need this time of rejuvenation. It's interesting. We have a 20 and a 2 and a 1 and a 1. And then we have a 9. So it's like you just need to go in this hermit mode for a little bit. It's like this person's going to come out naturally. There's definitely something more spiritual here. And I think there's something very special here. It's time for you to just stay back and let the universe do the work. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like the universe will do their job if you do your job, which your job is healing and going within and learning all the different facets of your intuition, and also being in a place where you're mentally and emotionally strong, so that if any challenges do come along, you'll know how to face them. So I'm kind of curious about that. So Spirit, when it comes to this connection, what can pile 4 expect? What should they be prepared for? So I kind of want to, there we go. So we have the 6 of Wands. That's a great start. Oh wait, or is this the 6 of Cups? This is the 6 of Cups. Okay, and we have the Page of Wands. We have the Moon. So lots of powerful energy here. Ooh, we have the Empress. And we have the Six of Wands. That's crazy. Okay, so that came out too. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Death card, release, Scorpio energy. So yeah, you're in a time of healing because, buddy, let me tell you, this shit is coming and it's gonna be good. I'm like, thank God. Thank God for pile 4. I needed this. Okay. For some of you, you could already know this person and you could be reuniting with this person. Maybe things never quite got off the ground, but maybe there's some inner child healing you need to do in the meantime. But I feel like you need to come back to this part of yourself, this really happy part of yourself, where you feel like an innocence and a childlike. You know, it's time to go after your dreams, do something that expands your horizons, let your creativity take flight. Spirit wants you to be in this energy when this person comes around, where you're optimistic and you're enthusiastic and you're energetic about the future, because you might still have some fears about this happening, because I think you've had to release a lot in the past in order for this to come in. And I think you're probably worried, like, I mean, I just can't get over how many majors we have here. Like, this is a very significant connection. I mean, the Six of Cups is a soulmate card as well. And with the moon, feelings run deep here, like Cancer energy present here. Scorpio again. I kind of see Pisces and renewal. But we have a lot of water and fire and a little bit of air. But this connection is going to be successful, and you can trust that things will turn out the way they're supposed to. And it's time to focus on working on your inner healing, because this will help this situation come to naturally. I feel like you already intuitively know that something's coming. But with the sixes balancing each other right here, there is no reason to worry, because this will be a really sweet, I mean, the Six of Cups is a soulmate card, and everything will work out the way it's supposed to. Everything will be just fine. And I feel like Spirit's being kind of cryptic about the connection itself, because they don't want to give away too much. This is something very, very significant. I mean, my goodness. I'm a little if you will. This person is going to give you so much confidence. You're going to give them so much confidence. And I feel like you both are going to support each other so much. I feel like you already intuitively know this person's coming, and like the wheels are turning. It's time to just go within so you're ready and recharged to go after this, because you're already, like, no matter what gender you are, you're beautiful, you're solid, you're centered. But I think you need to work on your intuitive abilities so that you don't overthink anything when it comes to this connection. But this is your reward for releasing things of the past and allowing people that are not meant to be in your life to leave, so that the ones that are meant to be in your life can come in or come back and come right. This could be somebody from your childhood, but I feel like you guys will bring out the child in both of each other. You'll just have a lot of fun together. This is so beautiful. And I think you'll have intuitive epiphanies about this person before they even come. So I think you'll know. I think you guys are meant to have a really luxurious life. I feel like you guys aren't really going to keep secrets. The only thing that you might need to work on, and like one thing that Spirit wants you to know about, because it seems like all of these challenges are just in your head. You just need to go within and do the work. The only challenge that you guys will have is when you're not being clear with each other. Like, you guys might worry, like, I think this person isn't being completely honest with me, or they might be keeping secrets. So it's going to be important for you guys to be upfront with one another and help one another face your fears. We have really balanced energy here. This is so beautiful. And I just want to say, like, congrats, because this looks really freaking good. And this could very well be the person that you end up with. This is very beautiful. You could have children with this person. You could maybe move back to a hometown together, or you could just find a sense of home within each other. But I think that you both have a desire to be successful within this connection, and that desire is what is going to help you both move forward and help you both help help you guys support one another. This is a very equal, balanced connection. I like it very much. I think that there's just going to be a lot of passion here. You're just going to understand, like, this is divine timing at play, but you can speed it up or slow it down depending on how much inner work you do, because this is coming no matter what. But if you want to speed up the process, do that inner healing that you got to work on so that this connection can come in, and when this person comes, you'll be ready. I think they might be coming towards you, or there might be a situation that brings you both together. But this is very beautiful. And with the Empress here, you know, this talks all about things occurring naturally, just allowing things. And with the wheel, that talks about that as well. So the biggest fears that you have are in your head, and fears of the unknown. So you need to release those. You need to just accept that, you know, it's time to move on and accept these new opportunities and get ready, because you're realizing, oh, there's something really awesome out there for me. And I feel like Spirit has probably already been hinting this to you in other videos. So now is the time to get yourself ready for this person to come in. Maybe clear out the clutter in your house. Maybe take on a new exercise routine. Get yourself in a good daily routine. Whatever the case may be. But this is a really beautiful connection, and this is going to be something that makes you very happy. I mean, you got companion and soulmate, and we have the Six of Cups and the Six of Wands. Like, I mean, it doesn't get much better than this, folks. Okay, so let's get some more advice for you from Spirit. Do you think I put all my decks upside down? Sheesh. Okay, so Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 4? What do you want them to know when it comes to this connection? Okay. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is your soulmate. Oh yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of passion here. Oh, you guys are gonna have a good time. You guys are gonna be here for a good time and a long time. I'm really into it. Yeah, this is gonna be very beautiful. And then on the back of the deck, we have healing family issues, and once again, underneath that, this could be the one. So maybe in the meantime, you have some family issues to heal. That's what that Six of Cups could be about. This is kind of a frustrating card sometimes to get, but if you have any troubling relationships that you feel like you need to work through, now is your time, because I don't know how Spirit could be more obvious that this is a soulmate. Like, my goodness, this is very intense, but also very beautiful. So I am very happy for you guys, and I'm gonna get you some more advice as well, because I mean, I feel like this is coming no matter what. You just have to trust that it's the right time and you're ready for it. So Spirit, what other advice do you have for my pile 4 people when it comes to this soulmate connection? I've never had confirmations this intense. So, oh, I love these. These are perfect. What's on the back of the deck? Sensuality. Okay, so let's start with sensuality. Embracing sensuality doesn't necessarily mean you're a middle-aged swinger. It simply means you're savoring one of the coolest aspects of being alive, sensory input. It's time to get decadent and reward yourself with gifts of the senses. You could drop a wad of cash on champagne and chocolate, or you could tune in and enjoy the incredible gifts around you. The taste of an orange, the sounds of the forest, the texture of corduroy. Actually, I hate the texture of like velvet. I mean, I know corduroy is different than velvet, but I like it. I can't touch velvet. It just like freaks me out. I'm like, ugh. I don't know your life, and you don't know my life, so you know, well, I guess you're getting a little bit of insight. I don't know your life. The point is, it's time to savor whatever your senses can grab hold of, even if that means you're being sensual. Gross. We also have, I am a catch. I'm a total catch, and I know all the reasons why. I know that anyone would be lucky to be with me, And that doesn't mean I'm arrogant or snobby. Self-respect is just one of the many qualities exhibited by this complete and utter babe. And I also love that this is the fairy deck, and we have all these wings, and butterflies are the symbol of transformation. We also have wholeness. I am complete, whole, and filled with love. I have everything I need. If I ask or look for more, I'm ignoring the love and gifts that are already in my life. Instead, I'll be grateful and acknowledge that anything else will be extra icing on the cake. FYI to whoever is listening, extra icing is totally welcome, as it's obviously the most delicious part. Heavily contested by ASO because I like sprinkles and I think icing's kind of gross, but that's just me. So let's go ahead and get you some songs and some letters and numbers here. Okay. So pile 4. Okay, I got way more than I was anticipating, so some of these will resonate and some of them won't. Maybe there's just a lot of you in this one, so. Also, letters and numbers, Spirit. Okay, and I got a million of those too, so good to know. Alrighty, let's start with, yeah, I guess this makes a lot of sense considering how insane the first 3 piles were. Which actually, I guess pile 1 wasn't that bad, but pile 2 and pile 3 were interesting. Okay, so to start, we have PP. Of course, I had to point that out first. So PUB, so maybe you meet this person in a pub. We have an L. We have 2 L's, so we have 2 L's. Double L's could be significant. And a G. We have a Q, so like that magazine could be significant. We have, oh wait, we have 3 P's. We have 3 P's. We have 2 S's. Oh my gosh, I think a lot of people are gonna pick pile 4. Holy shnikes, good thing I picked. Which makes sense because there's something in the air right now. We have an M or a W, however you want to see that. We also have an N, a Z, and a K. We also have an A and a B. We have, you could live in DC, or you could like DC Comics. We have a D and a C. We have a Q, U. Okay, no, I lied. We have 4 P's. So, wow, it's a lot of P's. We have a B, we have 1, so 111 or 1111 can be significant. We have that A, C, X, C. We have a ton of C's. We have 3 C's, 2 L's, Z, A, so maybe like Zach or Casey. Really Priscilla. Date of birth, like the birth dates might be in there. We got 2 B's. We'll be each other's BBs. There's a lot of mirroring energy going on here. We have an X. And then in terms of numbers, we only have a 6 and a 1. So 16 or 19, 111, 666, 999. Those could all be significant. But y'all got like, this is Letter Town. You guys like came to Letter Town, I guess. So let's look at your plethora of songs since you got like an entire playlist. All right, so to start off, we have King for a Day by Pierce the Veil. We have Without You, David Guetta featuring Usher. We have I Do by Astrid S and Brett Young. We have Love Game, which makes all these PPs make sense. Okay, we also have SOS by Rihanna. We also have Paparazzi by Lady Gaga. So we got 2 Lady Gaga songs. Interesting. Mirroring. Okay. And we have 4 AM by 2 Chainz featuring Travis Scott. And last but not least, we have Feeling Myself by Nicki Minaj featuring Beyonce. So yeah, a lot of you need to be in that energy of feeling yourself with that wholeness. So pile 4, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you guys so much for watching this all the way through. If you did, definitely leave me a like and subscribe down below if you would like to see more readings like this, and definitely leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonates. I'm sure we could have a whole anagram game with the 3 billion letters that came out here. Thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to read your opportunity. Ugh, I can't talk anymore, man. I'm getting fried. Thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to read your cards. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. I'm sending you all the love. I hope you're excited because this seems very significant. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and visit me again soon. Bye!